teachers who happen to be popular with the results of the students in the examinations. So they want a result-oriented kind of teaching, not the kind of learning received from the teachers. Here, an interesting and notable thing is that the parents of the students fully take side with them as a great incentive to them. So the students, with the parents' permission and goodwill, they enjoy their efforts, so they come out with good results, especially in first division or some of in positions. Hence, I again fully endorse that tuition in Manipur should lead to quality educations. It is a fact, no doubt. Let me conclude here. Thank you all.
Sabiha Samad 9A.
Study against the topic resolved that mushrooming tuition culture is lead to quality in education in Manipur. Since they are teaching in studies, teaching lesson is increasing in the tuition, the students neglect the way they teach in schools. And that's the point I want to say that the students who are speaking for this, they said that it can lead to quality education. But I think I want to take an example about Muhammad Ismail. He didn't take any tuition, and Tampai Bema says that she didn't take any tuition. And why this? She can come up higher than students who are going for tuition. There's an argument. My friends, then my father talks about something that in 1985, class 12 student got first position in Manipur, but when she goes outside Manipur for further studies, she failed in one subject, failed in some subject. It's a shameful thing, Then it creates a shameful history. Then you know about the students take tuition as fashion. They go to even from our school, I know.
Please maintain decorum in the house.
Then from schools, then the parents don't know about this wrong thing about the children, about the students. But they think that students are good. But I can oppose that they are taking that in the wrong path. That's why I want to argue about this. Then I want to pick up some points. It's bad. So instead of doing we are doing it instead of doing, and also we are explain ourselves. Oh, then we can do whatever in the name that we can conclude that the topic given.
Today I'm here to speak. Should lead to quality education in Manipur. Tuition centers help in nurturing the quality of students and their education and their performance in studies and school. I believe that for those students who have limited capabilities and who cannot follow the lectures in school and who cannot keep up with their fellow classmates, they make care about going to tuition and learning. And in my opinion, extra knowledge is always better. And I support students going to tuition. And in tuitions, students from varied schools can have the opportunity to interact and have healthy interactions. They not only learn the basic knowledge of their concerned syllabus, but they also students who are shy and cannot ask questions or speak in large crowds, they they can practice this type of things in tuitions, which will help them speak in larger crowds and building their confidence.
9B.
Good morning, everybody, respected principal, honorable judges, teachers, and seniors. Today I'm against the topic that mushrooming tuition culture should lead to quality education in Manipur. Business nowadays, we don't have much time for recreation because we spend most of our time in tuitions and schools. It is also a waste of time and money because some students do not concentrate in tuitions. Because of tutorial homes, some school teachers think that do not teach well in the class, thinking that the students' tuition teachers will do the same topic in their tuitions. Moreover, too much of tuitions affect the students' physical and mental health. Lastly, rest and sleep due to tuitions. Thank you.
As the speaker on the negative side are 5 more than the speaker on the affirmative.
This house, mushrooming tuition culture should lead to quality education in Manipur. I strongly oppose it because tuition culture nowadays, students are not allowed to exercise their mental faculty to tackle a problem and arrive at the conclusion of the answers. This slowly cultivates mindset. It slowly cultivates a mindset of dependency among students which they cannot think themselves of reducing any problems without teachers' assistance. Secondly, I would like to say that the busy schedule of tuition culture has a bearing on mental as well as physical health for students. So the fast-growing tradition of tuition culture has given many advantages to those students who can afford, while victimizing to those students who cannot afford. So as well as in rural areas and urban areas, tuitions are a luxury. Students is a luxury in which most of the parents cannot afford. So, and we can tuition with the tradition of tuition culture. Students nowadays they cannot show the talents, and they were spoon-fed, and students. The thinking power of students are not shown to the public. So tuition is a very vital causes of most of the students which they cannot improve in their studies.
Present his case for the affirmative side, Gurumayum Basista Sarma, 9B.
I want to support the view that mushrooming tuition culture should lead to quality education in Manipur. One thing I want to say to all the previous speakers is that not all tuition teachers teach for monetary benefit. And why are you caring about money when it is not your business? It's our parents' duty to worry about the money, because in terms of education, we have to think for having a good academic performance rather than caring about money. And certainly it's not a waste of time. And in schools, there's discrimination of some sort because students who have efficient and smarter brain can grasp what the mentors explains in a quicker way, while the poor-minded students, I should say, needs repeated explanation, which is not at all possible because all the teachers are teaching in an equal format to all the students. And especially in board exams, like the metric exams, we need to do all we can to excel. And that means we have to get extra training. That means we have to go to tuition centers. I know there are merits and demerits in going to tuitions, but I think merits are more in number than demerits. And in the schools, the teachers are more inclined towards finishing the syllabus rather than making all the students understand. Thank you, this is all that I have to say.
Forum in the house, please. Now, to present her case for the negative side, Dimpa, class 10A.
For this, I totally disagree this motion given in the house today. Because as we all know, earlier there was no such as going to tuition for every subject now. For every subject, but now it is just like a culture going to tuition for every subject and gaining extra knowledge. And as mentioned earlier in the opponent side also, tuition culture, going to tuition help poor and weak students. But nowadays, going to tuition, it costs a lot of money. The fees taken for the courses are extra, which also cannot be afforded by the poor people. So are the poor students who want to really work hard, that they are not going to tuition, and are they really going to remain uneducated? This is a big question in the present era of our society. And this tuition culture is also like a black spot in the prevailing educational environment in private institutions also, because we all know that, and we also hope that the best education is given in the schools. Because, and I think, Mr. Speaker, share in my opinion that there is no need for going to tuition if the students concentrate and pay attention to the lectures given by the school teachers. It is more better to ask the school teachers rather than tuition teachers. And also for the parents also, when they had come to drop their students in the children in the tuition centers, they are prone to making friends with other parents and having party now and then, and this will lead to an effect in the academic atmosphere and guidance given to their children. So this is a great disadvantage of going to tuition. Then tuition teachers also, people and other teachers, side teachers also take tuition, they're taking tuition as a commercial teaching. And going to tuition, this leads to due attention to the professional programming, which enable a student to build up competitive spirits and professional requirements of job opportunities. So there arises a question, how can they impart quality education in our society like this? Then, for going to tuition, yes, all the previous speakers have said that we have gone to tuition for gaining extra knowledge. But there are only some students who went to tuition for clarifying their problems, but almost 90% go for fashion and just become a way of showing off to other students who can't afford to go to tuition. And only this going to tuition cannot bring us successful in our study line, because it requires a lot of hard work and our own experience to become successful in our educational level. And we cannot say that there is quality in educational level, quality in educational environment when one is not successful without hard work or own experience and putting our own efforts on hard work. Then I think that we students also could, when we have problems, we could ask to the school teachers in our free period or the teachers' free period. That way we can cultivate more knowledge and get knowledge from the school teachers. And tuition teachers also, this is, they have there are also many coaching centers establishing in every corner of the state. So they mislead the students by putting false statements in their signboards. And I think, but Mr. Speaker, sir, lastly but not least, I think that this tuition culture should be discarded from our society as soon as possible, because it will just end up as a spoon feeding to the students and will not be able to bring quality education in our state. Thank you.
On the negative side, Sanghamitra, sorry, 10B.
Education consists of a variety of knowledge which will lead to better life, better understanding, and better future. Sir, tuition culture is not likely to bring better results, because because the subject and time period are limited and cultivation of such knowledge will not be possible. Moreover, learning by putting forth a lot of effort lasts much longer, and learning through tuition is not durable. Produce your own ideas, and the ideas of inventing new ideas and energy is absent. In my opinion, tuition culture is fraught with indulgence, and instead of encouraging us to new heights, it should be discarded, and as it discourages our studies, and this will lead to no improvement. Nowadays, this trend of tuition culture is becoming more and more popular, and it seems like that the guardians are forcing their children to go to tuition more and more, and before and after school also. But at the end of the day, they become very exhausted, and in this way, how are they going to focus their studies? Because we students require a lot of energy, and we need to relax our mind and body, and in order to study very nicely, it is very important. And so, our teachers in schools are also trying very hard and trying their level best to teach us, to make us understand, and I think we did not depend on tutors, because we always think that tuition centers will provide us more knowledge and all, but it is not. It requires our own talents, and we need to work hard, and we cannot achieve really success like this. And we can always discuss things which we can't understand with our teachers, read through books, surf through the internet, encyclopedias and all, and also take guidance from our teachers and other seniors. And there is also a saying that says, little knowledge is dangerous. We cannot just sit in a four-walled room and learn everything. Our knowledge is vast. We should experience more and know many other things also. Then we have to explore our minds and get different types of knowledge so that we can apply it in our day-to-day life and solve many problems. And we must not waste our time and our precious time and money on this, going to tuition centers and all. And some are also going to tuition centers just for developing social well-being and as a habit, or just for the sake of their friends. They say that their friends are going to tuitions, so they are going to tuitions, and this trend, this culture is developing more and more. So how in this way are we going to get quality? If there is no quality, then how are we going to build up a new, bright future? Quality, let's say that if all of us go to tuition, then what are the schools for? Are all the schools, then if, if all of us go to tuition centers, then what are the schools for? We should go to schools, then how are we going to appear very nicely in the exam? We need coordination and helpful interaction with the teachers in the schools. Then in the schools, very much time, and there is more time of interaction with the teachers, and in tuition center they are just trying to cover their syllabus and all. And quality education is not about getting more marks and examinations, but developing our character. As I've already said, we should develop our character and learn through proper understanding, and so I think it is unnecessary to go to tuitions.
Respected speaker, today the topic resolved that mushrooming tuition culture should lead to quality education in Manipur. Most of the schools, they are in the merged, they don't understand whatever, so it is very good for the students, because there are many students from many. One has very knowledge, another student, and they are going this knowledge that they don't get it. Students don't have much time. We are going to ask questions to school. We may not have time, so we need to go to tuitions in order to bunking tuitions and going. So we can bunk our school and we can go on other side. So, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to say that going in this tuition culture, it leads to quality education. We gain many knowledge from going to tuitions. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Mr. Speaker, I do not accept the view that mushrooming of tuition culture leads to quality education. I oppose the motion. Not only I do oppose the motion, I declare it fallacious. In the present context of Manipur, we have seen mushrooming of tuition centers. We have also seen catching advertisement of the same in popular media like ISTV and so on. But for the time being, I'll keep it aside and describe it later. Next, what is education? So, education is a big term comprising moral education, basic education, general education, job-oriented education, and so on and so forth. Of late, a cry for quality education sprang up in the nook and corners of this Manipur. It is the sum total of all these types of education. Mr. Speaker, one who got a quality education turns out to be a good citizen of India, love for parents and motherland, respect for elders, teachers, and other good qualities adore him. And if they say that there is quality education, that tuition brings quality education in Manipur, can we find such things nowadays? Scholars believe that in addition to the present examination-oriented curriculum, stress must be given to physical education, population education, and moral education, etc. To achieve a good society, here students must be well prepared to inculcate the new traits. Students, teachers, and schools should collectively form a tripod stand. We do not need the tuition to make a student for the development of the society. I want to give an example. Our 200 students appeared, took tuition for the medical entrance examination, but only 5 or 6 lucky students passed, and the remaining 195 students loiter in the streets with great shocks, recalling their wasted time and money. We have also seen that students. We know that tuition is some kind of a fashion, and quality education through tuition is a far cry, and I do condemn the proposition that mushrooming of tuition culture leads to quality education in Manipur. To the friends of my treasury bench, my word of question is that we do not need tuition for the development of the society. Thank you.
9B. Negative side.
Respected principal, seniors, judges, speakers, and my colleagues. Today I would like, Mr. Speaker, sir, previously tuition taking were meant for specially weak students who need extra care and support while studying. But now it has become a compulsory task for all the students, especially those who are appearing class 10 and 12 exams. Over the last few decades, tuition cultures has been a ubiquitous phenomenon in Manipur. The number of the tuition centers has been increased in leaps and bounds. Private tuitions has grown in mushroom in the nooks and corner of the state. Most of the school teachers have also opened their tuition centers, which indirectly force the students to get into their tuition centers. One of my cousins says that the notes given by the teachers at school and the notes given by the same teachers in the tuition centers is different. The notes given by at the tuition centers is more elaborate and are of better quality, which lead to the parents to get admitted to the best tuition centers, which will make the children to be ahead of other students. Nowadays, with the advent of the private tuition centers, our school teachers give more interest in taking tuitions because the incomes from which they get are quite handsome. Quite handsome. of successful career. But since the teachers are taking more interest in tuition centers and giving in interest, the mediocre students who are unable to take the tuitions are lagging behind. This is an indirect impact on the reputations of the good schools, which are leading to which are leading to quality education of the school. Lastly,